Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna. And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast, where we watch it all and give you our unwanted opinions.
We're a mother-daughter duo that has a very eclectic taste in shows and movies. Between the two of us, we pretty much watch everything with the exception of scary movies and shows.
Yeah, that's where we have to draw the line.
Every Monday, we'll be commenting on our favorite shows that we've watched that week.
We'll also be spinning the Wheel of Watching, a segment where we'll randomly choose a topic and give our opinion on it. The topics can range from our favorite movie trilogy to a character that just stole the show.
So before we get started reviewing our favorite shows and movies, we thought we'd give you a little background on what we typically watch and some fun facts about us.
Yeah, let's start, I think, with some personal facts so you get to know who we are before we, give you our show facts. So, as for me, I actually just recently graduated from college. I went to school for fine arts, specifically photo and video, and I did do a brief stint as a VFX/animation major that ended very quickly. But I've been doing photo and video for almost 12 years now.
And as for me, the mother side, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in communications and a master's in creative writing with the ability to teach writing online. So we both have video and writing and type of experience.
Yes, experience, but not in the actual, we've worked on a show.
Oh, of course not.
No.
But
yours sounds a little bit more fancy than my degree, but that's fine. It's fine.
Well, I'm older and I've done more degrees.
Yeah. Another really important fact about us is that we have 2 cats, Cooper and Sky. You may also hear us call them Papa and Sissy. It just depends on what name slips out.
And they're not father and daughter, they're twins.
They're twins. They are 100% twins. Well, technically they're a triplet, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, no. But they have very big mouths and they don't know when to be quiet.
They may want to share their opinion as they are also active TV watchers. I'm also very sarcastic. You will find that quickly as we get into this. That's one of my big things.
Yeah, and I have a very dry sense of humor that I like to slip in when you least expect it. So it's a very interesting comedic dynamic between the two of us.
Yes. Also, I hope that everybody will get the references that I will be dropping, because I drop references left and right to any show, movie. If it comes to my mind, I instantly have to reference it.
Yeah, and I can't remember a bloody thing, so that's why I have her.
Well, yeah, I don't have a great memory either.
Yeah, but when it comes to shows, you do.
Especially when there's moments, if it just sticks with me, it's stuck with me.
Yeah, no, I could watch a whole show and then watch it again and go, did I see that part?
It's been done. I've witnessed it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just sleeping.
Well, that too, yeah. Okay, let's get into the stuff everybody's here for, talking about TV and such. Personally, I enjoy pretty much anything Marvel, DC, Star Wars. They're my big 3, basically.
I am more a real housewife and any kind of love reality challenge show where you have to find love on TV, or a cooking competition.
Yeah, I mean, besides my big 3, I kind of will watch anything. Besides, how we stated in the beginning, horror is just, I can't. Blood, gore, it's not my favorite thing. I mean, I'll give it a try, but...
Yeah, no, for me, I would prefer a good soap opera. I've been a soap opera fan for 30 years. I watched with my grandmother and my mother, and yeah, now I watch on my own because she's just not into soap operas. And a good comedy, any of those comedies that make you laugh without being rude, like Full House and, kind of good, wholesome.
But she won't give any of the sitcoms I'm into a real try. I've tried. And you know what? Maybe
Superstore.
She did give Superstore. Superstore, I love. She just would pop in and watch random episodes, and that was
I had no choice. It was the only thing on. So,
and it was a great thing to be on. But maybe this podcast will, help you get into some of those sitcoms that I love so much. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say that you tend to.
No, don't say that. Don't say.
What?
I was just gonna say go.
No, because you stopped.
We'll cut it out.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Just go.
Randomly. Anyway, as I was saying.
As you were saying.
Yes.
We're going to leave this in?
Yes, that's how I would test.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, go.
No, I'm just saying, you tend to like to watch the shows in silence. Not silence, but you don't like me to ask questions. However, you will stop that remote 100 times to say what you want to say. But I have like 100 questions, and if I go to a movie, you will just give me
Because
such
we're in the movie theater. You're supposed to be quiet in the movie theater.
I try to whisper it. No?
Well, I'm just grateful. I have to say this. Give a shout out to my cousin, your nephew, Dean. He now sits in between us when we go to the movie theater, so he
And
has
he
to
answers
field
all of my
He has
questions.
to field all her Marvel questions, except for that time they both fell asleep on me in the theater.
I don't remember all that, but okay, sure.
Well, no, you don't, because you were asleep. That's why you don't remember it.
Oh, the internals were tough.
Speaking of Eternals, they did have a little bit of some wonky VFX here and there, but I will say, VFX, wonky, silly, goofy, I don't care. I'm going to watch, and I'm going to enjoy. That does not bother me. As somebody who did do a little VFX work, I know how hard it is for them to do just the
No, that's true.
just
I
the
will agree
previs.
with
So I have to give them credit for, like,
Yeah, there was a lot
when
of,
it comes
there was a lot
time
of
for that.
screaming and such when she was doing her VFX.
It's not fun. I recommend anybody, if you're in college
Just
and
to
you
move
need,
their leg
oh, God.
like a centimeter was like
challenging.
an hour's worth of work. So
Yeah, so
I mean, that's
if
insane.
you're in college or in high school and they give you, like, if that's an elective that you can take,
don't take it.
actually I recommend you taking it so you can see how hard.
Yeah, but then you fail it.
Well,
I mean, you
hopefully
didn't
get a good
fail
teacher.
it,
I had a
but
really
I'm
great
just saying,
teacher. The
one
guy wanted to
time.
help me and make sure I was like.
Anyway, moving on, right along.
So we both have the TV Time app. If you don't know what it is, it logs all of the TV you've ever watched. You have to, like, put it in manually. But I love that app. I love, after I watch an episode, to check it off and say I watched it. I just got her into
We're
it.
list checkers. I like to check lists. I did not like the app in the very beginning because I will say it kept going off every time like
You can
a
shut that
show
off.
was. Yeah, well now I have that off, but
So
it would
now
go
it's
off
great.
every time. Like it was like the
Well,
worst
it
type
reminds
of
you.
alarm.
It reminds you like an hour before. But she has so many shows, which we're gonna share some of the stats from there because there are. I thought mine was pretty bad, but then once I got her, and she hasn't even like fully filled everything out yet.
Yeah, no.
Hers is more embarrassing. So I'll start with mine. Not embarrassing.
Yeah.
It makes it. You know, when you think about it, and
It
you're like,
tells you how much time you waste watching TV. That's
well,
just
yeah,
pretty
but
much
you have to keep in
a
mind you
nutshell.
have 30 years on my watching
Yeah,
television.
Thanks
so
for just telling everybody my age. But go ahead, keep it going.
we did
She's
say we have
11. No.
we did say we have
Oh, that's true.
a 30 years
Yeah.
age gap.
Oh,
So
brother, yeah. True that.
I mean, until I say my age, you guys don't know. But
She's 11.
you guys, well, they know I'm in college.
Oh, damn. That's
Damn.
right.
Oh, they
Go
don't know
ahead.
where I graduated.
Moving
Okay. So for me, I've watched over 6 months and 20 days of TV. When I saw that, I was like, wow.
Until she saw that I watched 23 months and 27 days of TV
That's
and said,
almost-
wow, I'm a
not
slacker.
even at a year. I'm not even at a year, and you're almost at 2 years.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
it, just-
And, yeah.
I mean, for episodes wise, only a little.
You watched a lot more movies than me, though.
I
Yours
well,
came
yeah,
out higher.
I will randomly just put on a movie, but for me, 8,000 episodes plus of television, kind of insane.
Yeah, 24,800. Yeah.
But you know what? Previously, when you think about it, like cable shows, they typically do like 20 episodes, and some of them will be like a half hour, so you could really breeze through them.
Well, I don't know if I put Vampire Diaries in my thing, but they had what,
God,
1,000 seasons.
They had like 9 seasons, 22 episodes each.
So
They were.
I
writing
watch
for
a lot
days.
of those that now, of course, Netflix and stuff.
They're like 7 episodes.
Yeah, so it's like really. I mean, it's nice because it's like just what you need to see, but not too much. But I used to watch a
Sometimes
lot
you
more
should
of the
go.
stuff that used to have like
The
22
22
a lot of
episodes.
them.
But I have watched 400 movies, which is quite impressive.
Yeah, I'm 100 shy of you.
Well, you know, that's probably, I don't know, I probably just randomly put them on my own when I'm
But
there
I probably
waiting.
have more that I just
Probably
can't
haven't
find.
even.
There was
No,
stuff
I haven't even
find
filled.
actually in the TV app that like.
Yeah,
was
I
like-
haven't even filled my full movies in because I put that on like Letterboxd, but I don't really
Yeah, it
use
starts
Letterboxd
with the
enough
TVs, so I didn't get to really
I
go
use
deep
that
on the movies. But
for like my TVs. But movies, I'm kind of impressed with myself considering I'm halfway through my goal. I want to watch 100 movies this year. I'm at like 48, so almost at 50. So some of the genres that we watch. For me, TV Time said science fiction, which at first I was like, do I really?
I got science fiction
But
too.
I
guess
think,
that's no, but
I think it's like
science
Star Wars,
Yeah, I
things
think
like
it's-
that. So that did.
Yeah, and I think
Drama.
it might even consider the Marvel shows. They might be
Yeah,
considered
it
like
might,
sci-fi.
like, I don't
they
know
might
if they
fall
can
under that
technically.
because there's no real category for that, and clearly
No.
we've watched it.
Drama. Drama was my second biggest one.
I have drama too. Oh wait, they go in order of what?
Yes, they do.
Then
I
drama
feel
was my
I
first.
put this down for her so she could help her. Family, which I'm gonna assume is like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, which I'm not
Probably.
surprised because I
Like
pretty much watched
G
everything.
or wholesome stuff, probably.
Yeah, reality television next.
Reality television was my second, and there's no shock there.
Wow. They also tell you your top networks, which I was surprised by. My top one was Netflix.
Mine was ABC. What the hell do I watch on ABC?
You do watch a lot of random ABC shows, though, I feel like. But back in the like, is that where your soap operas are?
No,
Oh.
NBC.
NBC?
It's not even NBC's not even on here. I don't even understand that unless it falls under other.
No, I have NBC, but 26 for me on Netflix. Remember, I was literally just telling you I feel like I don't watch enough Netflix shows.
I watch a lot. Oh, Netflix is my second one, 22. But
22 for me with Disney Plus.
what do I watch on Fox? That was 22 episodes.
I don't know. What are you watching? Disney Channel 16 for me, and then CW 14. That's just one too many CW shows for me.
18.
Oh my god.
That's that Riverdale that you want to watch.
Not watch, but kind of watch. Here's one that I thought was really interesting. They share what is the like lead of your TV shows mostly, female, male, or both. I had 105 female leads, 56 for both, and 37 for men.
Well, clearly I hate men because mine was 142, 60 for both, and 12 for men.
Oh
so.
my god, I can't believe you have better statistics for that than I do.
I don't know. I guess I'm on those
Okay,
female
wait.
shows.
This one may change the whole view of the podcast. We're talking that we want to share the age gap here. The average age, let's share your average age that they gave you on the app.
54, which is
54.
actually close to my age, so I'm actually
So
on
you're
point.
accurate. So here's where this is shocking. 63.8 years old for me. I'm almost pushing 64.
I'm really the daughter, and she's the
It's all
mother.
those
She
love
had you when she
competitions
was
that I
11.
think you watch, like the
Probably.
like. I think mine's getting taken up by the Housewives though, but I just feel like young people do watch Housewives.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, just so you can get an idea of where we watch, these are some of the streaming services that we do have.
Yeah, which is just weird to me because I'm looking at like the networks, and considering that we
I feel
have
like-
Hulu Live, like I feel
Well, we
like
don't have Hulu Live anymore. We actually
No.
just
Yeah,
downgraded because
we
we weren't
changed our
seeing
situation.
we weren't seeing the benefit for that much
but
money.
I just don't feel like I watched ABC, and unless they're like
Yeah,
from
but-
the past
but
or something.
we only got Hulu Live very recently. It's only been like a few years since we've had that.
Well,
We've
the only
had
thing
cable for a
I
while.
don't know. I'm just confused. Like
She's
because-
really taken back by these network statistics. I can't
Well,
believe
no,
it.
because I feel like what we do watch is streaming services mostly. Like,
yeah,
I don't feel like
yeah,
we
but
really
when
watch.
okay, so here's the thing though. If they let's just say, for example, Grey's Anatomy, it's still an ABC show on Netflix, so it
that's
counts
probably why
as
because I
ABC.
watched all the seasons.
There you go.
But does it matter if where you watched it? I guess they don't know where you watched it.
No, they just mark it down as the network that like owns it. So
that's
like
probably
same
why.
thing with Vampire Diaries. I watched it when I watched it. I didn't watch it while it was airing. I watched it on Netflix, but it still counted towards my CW count, like in a sense. Yeah, which there you go. That makes a little bit more sense. Okay, but streaming services, I feel like we have so many more because we were like going through our streaming services trying to find like the best deal. And I felt like I was like, wait, is there another one? Is there another one? But no, we quite like looking at this, I don't feel like we have a lot. I feel like we should have more. We have obviously Netflix. We've mentioned it a couple times how we watch Netflix shows.
Yeah.
We really watch. I mean, we do watch some like older shows, but we're really there for the originals on Netflix, as I feel like most people
Yeah,
are.
I would have to say so too because like I like the Money Heist, the Umbrella Academy. Like I like all those kind of stuff. Like
I've really only I've watched Grace and Frankie, which I have to finish.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
you
watched
watch Frankie and Grace?
Frankie and Grace. Oh, I always
don't
get
know
it
which one
backwards.
It is now.
Oh,
I think it's Frankie and Grace.
I don't know. I'm not sure which way it
There's
goes.
a lot of shows on there. That's where I find the
We
FBI
just watched
Island.
Stranger Things, which, fun fact, speaking back to Dean, who was at the theaters with us for all of our Marvel movies, he actually had us come over at his house at 6 a.m. to watch Stranger Things Volume 2. I'm sure we'll be there for Season 5 as well. I don't even have to, like, question that. Next one, Hulu, as you heard us mention previously, we did downgrade from Live. I mean, Live was fun and all for the DVR.
Yeah, but it wasn't really worth
But
it because
yeah,
I don't feel we used the DVR enough either.
Like, all the shows aired so late, but by the time we were going to watch it, she was falling asleep. If we're being honest, let's be honest. we had to start watching Real Housewives the next day because it was too late while it was live.
Yeah, well, I worked too early, so
Yeah. Once we were like that, we're like, okay, we're not paying this much for that.
it's not worth it.
Disney Plus, obviously.
Everybody just has to have Disney Plus.
It's
I don't care who you
Marvel,
are.
Star Wars, everything. I mean,
It's got all the classic Disney
yeah,
shows.
I mean,
So if you had a kid during the
I think Disney Plus is
2000s, then you need to have the Disney Plus because you watched the Disney shows. You can pretend you didn't as a parent, but you did. You watched them all.
yeah. I mean, like 2012 and before that kind of Disney show.
Yeah, you definitely. I mean,
not the newer Disney stuff. I haven't really watched. I couldn't even tell you what's on the air. Maybe Raven's Home, I think, is airing, and I only know that because I've watched That's So Raven. And I was like kind of curious. I think it was also out at the dentist. Next, our recent joiner, Peacock. Love it. I'm loving it.
yeah, I do watch a lot on Peacock, but it also has Love Island that I'm watching now. So
Well, all my favorite NBC comedy shows are on there. Parks and Rec, Superstore, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I mean, if you're into The Office, I'm not a huge fan of The Office. I mean, I like it, but I just can't get into it.
I just see it and I'm like, I probably should try it.
I want her to try Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and all
But
those.
they also
before
have
those.
all the Housewives on
Housewives, obviously, that is where we're watching the Housewives now.
Yeah.
So we technically are watching it next day, but like we said, it doesn't really change because we were watching it next day with live television. But I'm enjoying Peacock quite a bit. And for how cheap it is, it's a good deal.
And I like that they also do the originals as well. Like they have the
Yes.
Bel Air, they have My Soap Opera Beyond Salem. So they have like their own version. Like
Yes, there are a couple that I want to get into
Yeah,
for
there's a
their
couple.
originals. We've just recently, when we got it, we had gotten it for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. How could we not mention that when we mentioned Peacock? That's the reason we even dabbled in this. But there are like some of their original comedies that I want to get into, but I got distracted with watching Superstore because I was so excited to watch that because it's an underrated one, I think, from NBC. Next, we have HBO Max. We don't have HBO Max. Currently, we don't.
But it just wasn't enough on there that we were watching.
And I feel like every time I go on HBO Max, I see this movie's leaving, this show's leaving, and I'm like,
I think they always
in and out.
When cable started, back when I was a dinosaur, HBO was the only cable channel
that you had to pay for.
And then Showtime came along, and that was the big thing. If you had HBO in your house, you were the house to be in.
I thought you were rich.
You were the house to be in, because then you had MTV, the whole bit. It was crazy. But even back then, they cycled their movies a lot. So they're not doing anything different than what they did.
Can I just say something? Speaking on thinking you were rich when you had HBO Max, I remember when I was little, we would go over to.
So good.
She's drinking coffee.
Sorry.
I would remember going over to one of my cousin's house, and they had the Disney Channel, and at the time you had to pay to have Disney because it was in the higher numbers. It wasn't like with the free cable, and I thought she was so cool, and she had a pink princess TV, and I thought I was so jealous of her because she had the like Disney Channel, and then I inevitably, luckily got it. Which if I told you every channel that I made her buy,
Every time a freaking show came on.
listen, if you
Hey, you know what I think we need? I think we need that AMC channel.
No, not
Hey,
AMC.
I think we need
Sci-Fi.
the Sci-Fi channel
To watch Winona Earp.
I think we need. I'm like, are you? And of course, Verizon had it in categories, and of course, always the channel that she was looking for was in the other category, so you had to buy a whole nother package.
Well, listen,
it was ridiculous.
Sadly, all the channels that I ever wanted, they're all canceled on my shows now. But you know what? In the end, you watched Winona Earp. You enjoyed it. So can you blame me? No. But back to HBO Max. We got a little derailed there. That's going to happen. Expect for some derailing here and there. No, actively right now, our subscription is on pause. We will say as soon as Selena plus Chef and the Titans come back, we will be on there because those are two shows that we just cannot go without. Titans was like, we kind of waited on watching that, and when we watched it, let me tell you, we enjoyed it. And Selena plus Chef, oh my god. I mean, we love Selena Gomez. As you'll see, we are going to mention that Only Murders in the Building. We'll talk about that on this show. So let me just tell you. Okay, so now that you know the streaming services that we have, which is pretty important, there are other ones that I would love to have, like Apple TV and Paramount, but there's not enough for me to be like,
No.
I need that. So no, I'd rather mass amount shows that I'd want to watch on there and then come there eventually. Or find a family member that
I
has
walked
that.
away from any of these streaming services going, oh my god, I'm missing something so desperately.
No,
so,
HBO
like,
Max, it's like, I don't
think
even
it's
remember.
fine.
I think it's just because there's nothing currently on there. But
yeah, and we kind of got it when it was COVID, and all of the
oh,
movies.
the movies, yes,
were
they were
like,
doing the
They were doing them on HBO Max. A lot of
Yeah.
the
The
Marvel,
Wonder Woman,
DCs and all, yeah,
Suicide Squad.
So it was like you had to have that. And
yeah, unless you wanted to go to the theaters, which
Yeah. Well, some of them weren't even out in the theaters.
no,
because
you're right.
They weren't
Some of them
doing
didn't.
it,
I don't
but-
think went out. So it was good then because we
Yeah.
watched pretty much every movie they had put out at the time.
pretty much.
But what shows can you expect from us?
Well, Housewives, of course, of almost every freaking
Yes,
state.
for me,
because
I've only seen New York, New Jersey, Beverly Hills, Girls Trip, and I'm going to start the OC because I loved Tamara on Girls Trip, and she's coming back this upcoming season.
yeah,
So I want to get ready for the season. I heard they're going to start filming soon, so I got to prep.
yeah, they're going really quick. They I listened to a podcast that she's on, and she was saying that they're starting to film very soon.
They're like, before anybody changes their mind, let's go.
Yeah,
Probably.
But I'm gonna try to get her into every housewife because
Slowly, but
they're
surely.
really, some of them are like not necessarily, like Dallas and Miami, they're good, but these obviously are the best ones. But Atlanta really has to
I know.
be dealt
Atlanta,
with.
I have to. Phaedra, too. I loved Phaedra and
Yeah,
Eva
she
from
was really good.
Girls Trip. So I'm like, yes, but I just know right now that they're like filming OC, so it's like a good gap to like jump in for
Yeah.
them. I don't know where Atlanta is currently on that all.
No, I think they just. No, they're done filming. They're showing their show now, like because.
Okay, so I might, once I'm probably done with OC, it'll probably work out perfectly for me to like get in there.
But
So
Atlanta has a lot of seasons too. But I pretty
well,
much.
they're like their
I
originals.
mean, you could just say what don't I watch on Bravo because I watch.
Summer House. I think you don't watch.
Yeah, that's
That Summer
I
and
just
Winter
can't-
House?
That's
I
summer.
don't
I
even know
can't
what that
get
is.
behind that because it's like a bunch of people that randomly get together or something like that. I don't know. That one's the only one. Yeah, I'd have to say I haven't watched.
Because I think that's the only thing I don't see. Because sometimes, because now, like I said, we have Peacock. She like popped up and like there was like
but I'm
Below
like,
Deck and random ones coming on my
Below
side.
Deck. I even watched like Kim when she went off on her own, and then what's the other one? Brandy had her. Oh, not Brandy. Oh my God!
I can't help her
Candy.
here.
Candy from
I was
Atlanta
gonna say
had her
Candy.
own show and stuff like that. I was watching them all. Yeah, you name it. Bethany, she had her own show. I watched them all. Mention them all. as
Mention
she
them all.
said.
Mention it all. Mention it all. Watch it all.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you
watch
go.
it all. We
Well,
watch it all.
A little pun. Marvel shows, like I said,
Yeah,
the
there's a
upcoming
lot coming out.
I Am Groot, the little short. We're even going to talk about that because I think they're only like 5 minutes, so they'll be like a really quick little thing. She-Hulk, very excited for. I know VFX, but like I said, I don't care about the wonky VFX. We're watching She-Hulk. There's also going to be a Guardians in the Galaxy special for Christmas, which we'll talk
we're
about.
gonna try to do some Christmas and
Yeah.
holiday stuff. Like when it comes around the time, we might shift it around to like Christmas.
We might add a
things.
little extra segment.
Christmas like focused
Yeah.
type stuff.
Also, for Halloween, we'll do that too because Marvel has a currently untitled Halloween special. I don't even know what that means or what that is.
Remember when we found those Lego ones that were like random? I don't know what we were even looking at, and they were like the Lego.
Oh, yeah, they're-
Christmas one or something.
Oh, for Star Wars, we watched that
Yeah.
one. They just did a summer one too. We haven't watched
It's
that.
cute,
One.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's just something cheeky for
You're
you.
never too old to watch Legos.
Or play with Legos, or play the Lego game. I'm being honest. I might be defending myself because I have a room full of Legos, but that's a whole other thing. Speaking of Star Wars Legos, the Star Wars shows that are coming up, we've watched Mandalorian, we've watched Boba Fett, we've watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. We will be watching Andor when it comes out. The other show, Tales of a Jedi, which I think is going to be about Ahsoka. And she's also going to have her own show. So,
So they're both going to be about her?
it's like, the one is like her backstory, I believe. And then the other one's going to be like Ahsoka,
Man,
where we
these
picked
people
off.
are diving deep and making the money. It was just Star Wars, man. There was no prequel.
It was just
sequels.
3 Star Wars.
Yeah, there was
for you
nothing.
guys.
Like this man, he went back and dug deep.
Yeah. I'm actually
mean,
currently going to attempt to read like the books, the comic books, everything. I want to.
Would have never saw all this coming from this. Really, would have never.
No. And that's kind of crazy because you were there for like the first
Yeah.
Star Wars movie. Like I was only the prequels when I would have been alive.
Like I
to
wish.
say.
I know they did. Not that long ago, they brought them all back into the movie. The 3 of them. I wish they would do that again. That was like cool.
Probably for another anniversary because we just saw ET's going back.
My
in
God,
theaters.
ET. Who's going to see
40th. I'm telling you.
I saw it.
I know. I was like, okay. What else can we expect here?
obviously cooking shows.
Cooking shows. We love cooking shows.
There's some that are better than others. Don't get me wrong. Like we're heavy into MasterChef.
MasterChef,
MasterChef Junior.
Yes, that will be our first binge. We're gonna be binge watching MasterChef season 9.
Which I love Gordon Ramsay, but to be honest with you, if I watched him in that one that
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think I would like him.
He's a little bit scary there.
Yeah, but I don't like him being that evil. Like he's a little rough on this show. Don't get me wrong, but
in a way that he wants you to be better. He sees the potential.
It's like
people,
with that Hell's Kitchen is just, oh my god. I feel like it's just constant yelling, and I just don't want to.
But still, there's such a difference between MasterChef and MasterChef Junior.
Yeah,
the kindness there.
they
Even with like the other judges, like there was one we started with the Junior, and now we just went to the MasterChef.
Yeah.
Christina Tozzi, she took a 180. She's like
she's not a fan of Christina Tozzi.
I'm not a huge fan of Christina Tozzi. I'll be honest, but
it's here's the thing.
She's a baker on a cooking show.
She's a baker on a cooking show, and it's like. When she came on the kids show, it all of a sudden turned into every challenge
baking
was baking.
Too much.
And don't get me wrong, I guess if you're going to be a well-rounded chef, you should be able to bake as well. But there's a reason there's a baker, and then there's a reason there's a chef.
I think they call her a pastry chef, but I thought on the kids show they called her a baker, but on the adults they call her a pastry chef. I don't know. Maybe they thought kids didn't know what that was. But these kids were cooking like gourmet meals. I think they knew what a pastry chef was.
I don't know. Whatever. But.
Okay. Actually, before we go on to, I was going to say some other shows that aren't like in those categories. Some other cooking shows. Alex vs. America is coming back. We will be talking about that. Alex Guarnaschelli, we're huge fans of her.
Yeah, anything she does.
Anything
much.
Alex
Supermarket Sweep. Is that what it's called?
Stakeout.
Sweep is another. That's a game show.
That's another. Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah,
we love Alex
Stakeout is crazy where they cook in the parking lot.
If you've never watched it, go catch
beg
up.
People to pay for their groceries.
Yes.
Man, I would do that. I'd give you my groceries for $200 if I spent like $80.
But yeah, huge Alex Guarnaschelli fans. I actually watched all of her just her Iron Chef episodes. I skipped through the rest and was like, "Where's Alex Guarnaschelli?" Okay, so now on to some ones that don't technically fall into like a cooking, a reality show.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's coming back soon, isn't it?
Yes, September, I believe. So we will be on Cobra Kai.
That was an unexpected treasure, Cobra Kai, and anybody
what
that
a way
says
to
differently
do a
is just lying.
It's a good revival, I think.
Yeah,
like it's a good way to like keep the story going, but you don't feel like they're forcing it.
The funny thing is, when Cobra Kai came back, I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, you were an original,
and I thought, this is crazy stuff. Like, man, what are these two fools doing? And I just couldn't get into it then for some reason because I don't know. I just forgot or something happened that I got distracted from it. But then, like, when it came to Netflix, I was like, I'm going to give this another try. Because now there was a whole... You know what it was? There wasn't all the episodes. So I was like, all right, I'm going to give it another try. I'm like, I'll watch it. And, man, if you watched the original when you were growing up like me, there was no way you could turn away. Because they sprinkled it with the people from the past and the ideas from the past. So they did it, like, so awesome. Like, it was ridiculous.
I just joined from the past season. I started watching.
And what is it? This is
going to be the 5th season, I think.
5th season? Like, I can't. That's the other thing is I can't believe they're on 5 seasons. Because don't get me wrong, like I said, they did a really good job. But I kept thinking, okay, you're not going to take this past season 2. Maybe second season because you got to have somebody's got to come back and battle. But I kept thinking like 3, 4. How the hell are they going to do this, man? They did it.
Similar to the Creed movies, they're kind of pulling back from like the original movie, like to have them fight somebody of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how Creed has been fighting like the
his
old
father
opponents,
and the whole bit. Yeah.
So
like,
excited for Creed 3. Sorry, just gotta throw that in there.
That's
Love
another
it.
good one. Which are all movies that like I just thought not growing up, but being a mother and like having a kid, I kept thinking, man, I would love to show like these shows to her, but like at the time when she was younger, she wasn't into them, which I understand. But like the fact that like it all took a turn, and like now all the ones that I watched, like now like Rocky and Star Wars and all those are like key shows for you. It's like crazy to me.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy, and it's not just like we're watching the old stuff. Like we're watching the old stuff with like add-on stories. Kind of amazing. Who would have thought their pockets are filled with cash? Okay, so besides just Cobra Kai, there are some shows that we're going to watch individually. That's one of our things that we are going to be doing. We are going to start with our shows that we're both watching. So, for example, Housewives. We're going to talk about our binge watch show. And then we're going to not break off. We'll still be here in the same room with each other. But you're going to talk about a show that you're currently watching on your own. And I'm going to talk about one that's currently on my own. So, for me, ones that you can keep your eye out for that I'll be talking about, Abbott Elementary, one of the funniest sitcoms on air right now. High School Musical, the musical just came back. I'm giving them another try. I watched the first season.
I thought you said the first season was good.
The first season was great, actually. The second season is where they lost me because they didn't do High School Musical 2. They did Beauty and the Beast. And I'm not a Disney Princess fan, so they kind of lost me there.
And this is they're on a third season?
The third season,
they're
doing
like
I think,
Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yeah,
so I'm all in
good.
for Camp Rock.
Yeah, it does look interesting. For me, it would probably be, I can't get her to watch, well, I did have her watching Love Island
This morning, I was
only
sitting here,
'cause she was on her phone, she wasn't
I was a
paying
little
attention,
dazed and confused. I just
But-
woken up.
Yeah, but I had it on, and I've watched all the Love Island. UK's coming to an end, and United States, of course. Well, USA, whatever they call
All
it.
I know about that is Sarah Hyland's hosting, and I know about Sarah Hyland from Disney Channel and Modern Family. Another
Yeah.
peacock find on our end. We love Modern Family.
Yeah, that was the one that there's a lot of shows that I put off watching just because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get involved in that. I'm like, it's so lengthy, so long.
This podcast is our reason to get involved in all
Oh
their
my
shows
God.
now.
There were some of them that were just like, I really just refused to watch Stranger Things.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a real.
I'm gonna expose you. She still hasn't technically watched it. She watched 1, 2. She didn't make it through 3. She was not a fan of Billy, which good for you. No one's a fan of Billy.
Yeah, but even watching it back, like there was
And then she just watched the current season.
Yeah, but let's just put it this way: I was able to go 1, 2, 3 is what I watched.
3 you didn't watch.
Okay, 1, 2, and skip to
4, which you kind of
And-
didn't even really watch 4. She was cleaning around the house while I was watching it.
Yeah, but I knew it was going
She watched
on.
the last 2 episodes.
But I knew it was going on. But that's really sad because when you can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 4, and still be able to keep up and go on to the next season, that's when you get.
I will say you didn't have like a lot
Which
of
meant-
questions either, too.
Which
So like
3
you
could
kind of
have easily been dipped out. That means to me.
Oh my God.
If you can carry on and keep it moving, and you
well,
didn't need
5's
3,
our last season. We'll cover 5, obviously,
there you have it.
because I
But-
think if we didn't, I think Dean would come.
Yeah,
first.
but my love reality shows. We got rid of HBO right in the middle of F Boy Island,
Whoops.
which is a disaster. But it's just pure trash at its best, though, because it's just what you're watching, and it's just like. But I like Love Island only because I've watched all those shows like Temptation Island, Are You the One, the whole bit. Love Island does not allow alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah. Love Island does not allow alcohol. Like, they can have one drink or something like that, but everything else that you see them drinking, even if they have a champagne flute, it's usually like orange juice or something in there.
That's
they don't
interesting.
Well, because they don't want anybody to do anything that's not appropriate or right. Like, you have to be in your right mind for this whole thing. That's why I like Love Island, because you have to be. And a lot of the people, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that are still together. And some people got married and had kids. A lot of them. I was just looking it up the other day. They got married, but that she'll never watch, probably.
No, just not
and
interesting.
my soap operas she'll never watch.
That is like when people say like, oh, I can't get involved in the Marvel multiverse now. There's too much. That's what a soap opera is. Soap opera is the original Marvel multiverse.
Yes, but
There
let me
is
tell you
so
something.
much.
I took breaks from the soap opera, and I was clearly able to jump right back in with a few little, like, maybe looking up because somebody was weird that was there, and I'm like, what happened, how'd that happen? But I'm like, even the soap operas now are doing very similar, at least Days of Our Lives is doing very similar to what, like, the Marvel universes and those things are doing, where they're pulling people back from, like, the past. They just brought somebody back, like, from the past that I'm like, I don't even want to get
All I
into.
know
It was
is
just
for
crazy.
like the past few months, all I heard was the devil jumped out of somebody. The devil's back. The devil's gone. The devil's still here. I don't know which one that is.
Marlena was
But I
possessed
know about
way
the
back
devil.
when in years ago, and then the devil came back, and it was crazy. And the fact that I know that this is not really a real thing, I just kept watching. But it was
Yeah,
good
that's
stuff.
what
It
that's
was
what I
good
would
stuff.
hear about the devil. Not about the devil.
So yeah.
That's us. All that stuff we just rattled off to you guys. That's pretty much who we are. What we
Yeah,
watch.
and then also we're going to do the segment that you were saying, the
Yes,
wheel of
the Wheel of
watching,
Watching.
which is like we're gonna spin a wheel and we'll have maybe like 4 or 5 like options on the wheel, and then like we said, say one's like your favorite character that stole the show. Like we will just pick our favorite from.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be something. It could be current. Could be not current. Whichever
Whatever.
one. And then we'll give you a little synopsis of it, because maybe it'll be something that based on that you'll want to go take a listen to. You never know.
yeah. Or you may request us to rewatch that and re-talk about it.
Yeah, true.
Which I'm never against a good rewatch. Like I said, my memory is somewhat hazy that I can rewatch most shows and be like, oh my god, no way, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that was like really
a lot of
major.
shows I think I do remember, and then when I watch them, I'm like, wait, that one died first or that one happened there.
Let
or,
me tell you
wait,
this.
What?
Parks and Rec, I've watched it about 3-4 times, and I could watch it every time and be like, oh my god, that's what happened still? I mean, there's not many oh my gods, but
I'm
like,
rewatching Ally McBeal.
Oh.
Ally McBeal. Most of you people probably know her from Supergirl, but
You love Cat.
she was on the show way back. I don't remember what year it was, but it was years ago, maybe 90s, maybe 80s. I'm not really even sure, but she was young, let's just say that. And she was really funny on that show. She had like that dry sense of humor that I dig.
Yeah.
I dig.
She digs it.
Mm-hmm.
Quite frankly.
Well, that about wraps that.
Yeah. If you have any recommendations for things that you may want us to watch, we did give you enough information so that you kind of know what we're into. You can...
And our cat stayed quiet the whole
Wow.
time.
Can you believe that? They had no opinions.
We'll be awake all night.
Oh, God. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for anything that you want to see, you can go ahead and Instagram us at We Watch It All. You can drop it in a DM. You can comment on a post. You can leave it in a rating if you want to give us a little 5-star review. You can drop your opinions, your recommendation. Just send it anywhere, honestly.
Yeah,
We'll
because
find
once
it.
we go forward, I mean, once we start reviewing our shows, we may do like an additional episode of like, you know, like a special feature, maybe on like Wild Wednesdays or something like.
We
where
might
we
throw
go,
a little something extra out
like
for you guys.
know, we go out of the books,
If
like,
we just
of like a movie or something, because you know there is a lot of stuff coming up. We may have an interview or two. You just never know.
The Emmys are coming up. We're definitely gonna have to do a special Emmys thing because some of my people are nominated, so I'm very excited for the Emmys. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge award show person, but I feel like I'm gonna get back into it, especially with this podcast. I feel like it's gonna be something to talk about. We'll be here for the Emmys. We'll give you our predictions when it gets closer to the Emmys of what we think, what we want to win, who we think will win, all that stuff. Oh, she's sipping her coffee.
That's so good.
I can't with this. I can't with the coffee. Oh,
La Colombe.
Yeah. So like we said, recommendations, send them to us. You never know what we're gonna do in the future. You know, we have goals.
We never know.
We don't even know.
Yeah, not really.
Who knows what's gonna happen next Monday when you come back for our first official episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. So first official episode will be Monday. You know what? I can't believe it. We didn't even tell them what we're gonna be watching next Monday. They have no clue how to prepare.
Well,
that would be our fault. So we did mention though that we are going to be watching MasterChef season 9. So you can here's some options. I think we will put out what episodes we are watching that week on our Instagram. So if you want to watch exactly with us, oh, Cooper's snoring. You can either go on Instagram and watch it with us, or you can watch as fast as you want and then just wait as we catch up with you. That's a good idea. I think that I would probably do that if I was a person.
And also we're going to put out before our first original podcast for the weekly stuff. We're going to put out two recaps of. I'm not sure if they're going to be together or separate, but it depends how much
how long they are, because there are
because there's no way to truly start all the shows at the same time, because they obviously don't start at the same time.
No, some we have luck, but not all.
But just to bring it up to speed,
Yes.
We're going to do the Only
Murders in the building. We struggled with this title and we shut it.
And
Beverly Hills. Real Housewives
of Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So, but if you are caught up, then next Monday we're going to be talking about episode 13 for Beverly Hills, and I believe it's episode 6 or 7 for Only Murders in the Building. I can't remember off the top of my head for them, but I think it's 7. Yeah, but as you can see, they're like kind of like pretty decently well in their show, hence why we're going to do a recap. And also, just so you don't get too excited, we're only going to recap the current season that's airing. So we're not going to do season 1 for Only Murders in the Building, and we're not going to do, I think, what is Beverly Hills on, like season 11 or 12?
I think it's like 13.
Oh, okay, so we're just doing those. If you're curious and you haven't watched either of these shows and you do want to join in, we do recommend watching Only Murders in the Building season 1. It is like a very much of a chain reaction show. As far as Beverly Hills, you can join in now with us.
Yeah, I mean,
Beverly Hills is kind of one of those shows. Yeah. I mean, they flash like they'll always
they're
flash
on season
back.
12.
Oh, season 12. They will always flash back Beverly Hills if they reference something. And the cast is, if you never watched a Real Housewives show, they're ever evolving with the cast. So you can jump in with Beverly Hills now. if you want. And I think that's everything. I think we've covered it all. If we haven't, I'm sure somebody will let us know. Feel free to let us know. Let us know on Instagram or...
In the show notes, you can... Oh, no.
that's for us, I think, the show notes.
Oh, yeah, we'll list stuff in the show notes.
Well, yeah. We'll always give you also, just so you have a heads up, if you're like, oh, God, they're going to recap Real Housewives. I'm not into that. I'm only here for Only Murders in the Building. We will put a timestamp for you guys to just jump ahead.
Jump to the next one.
Okay. We've also tried to, I think, almost end this like 4 times, and we just...
Done.
We're done
Press
now.
the button.
I think we're officially done. Okay.
Press the button.
Rushing me to press the button. We were like, didn't even get to say goodbye to everybody.
All right.
Goodbye.
All that, and it's good.
No, just kidding. So either we'll see you in our recap, or if you're all caught up, we'll see you.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, and we're going to be on Anchor, Spotify,
Apple, YouTube, pretty much
YouTube.
anywhere where you get your podcast will kind of be on. If you go on our Instagram, though, we do have a link tree with all platforms. And I believe our Anchor...
I always wanted a link tree.
And our Anchor also links all of our platforms. So go
That's
ahead.
the easiest way to find the show is through the Instagram, in my opinion.
Through the links. It will come up instantly.
Yeah.
All right. Now I believe we are done, everybody.
Now press the button.
Thank you for watching.